How's it going, everybody? This is Julian. Wanted to show everybody a new strategy I'm using. It's a very easy strategy. A lot of people use it. We'll go to SPY. Let's go to maybe the 1 minute. Let's just do maybe 5. I already have this all charted out, so I want to go somewhere different. Okay, let's not do SPY. Let's go to sure. I want to show you something I haven't charted. Let me go to BA because I haven't done this one, right? Okay. Let's double click. If you didn't know that, if you double click, it can fix all that. So there's something called EMA crossovers, okay? A lot of people use this as their trading technique. Let me get rid of this. We're going to go into full screen so you can see everything. Okay, so there's something called EMA crossovers. Everybody knows that when the EMAs cross over each other, it means there's a bullish reversal or bearish reversal. And the reason why people use EMAs for like their indicators is because it's a less laggy indicator. Sorry if you hear any noise in the background. My kids are here. They're watching a show. So that was a side note. But okay, so people use EMA indicators because they update quickly on price action, so they're less laggy compared to a smooth indicator, which is fine, a smooth moving average. So a lot of people use this. So when you get a cross, you could get in. Look at here. As soon as this cross, you could have got in and just wrote this all the way up, right? But sometimes you don't see that, or you're not paying attention to it, and you forget about it. And one thing that I started testing out on these crossovers, this is my rubber golden cross, and the one I've been using heavily is this blue line right here is the 9 EMA, and this orange line is the 50. I like these two because in order to cross the 50, you need a lot of work. So like right here, we flagged, and then we trying to bounce above the 50. If I zoom in, we're trying to bounce above the 50, but we just can't. And bearish sentiment took place. You finally broke it, and then you went. Now, there's a lot of indicators out there that will, let me turn on my drawing tools. Okay, so there's a lot of indicators that will tell you, yo, there was a golden cross right here on one of these candles. Boom, and then now you forget about it, right? Okay, whatever, golden cross, made my money. Day's done, I don't care anymore. So you forget about it. So one thing I started doing was I started putting on the 1 hour, let's say if this was the 1 hour, the golden crosses, I'll carry them as support or resistance, but it's not really support or resistance, it's more of price action sentiment. And because I'm using the EMAs to tell me where support was at, I get a faster entry compared to somebody else who had support or resistance. So I'm using these as momentum pivots, almost like this other tool. The pivot tool tells you where all the support and resistance at based on price action. So I'm using these EMAs, and some of these pivots, when I've been doing this, some of these pivots actually been lining up with them, giving me even more confluence on taking my play for a bullish trend or bearish trend. Let me turn this stuff off. So anyways, what I've been doing is going on the 1 hour and looking for these crosses. And one thing I'm doing, because the candles get in your way, I've been turning the candles off because I really don't care anymore. And I've just been plotting out where the golden crosses are at, where the 9 and the 50 EMA cross, and I've been color coding them so I remember which ones they are. And then there's no golden cross here, so I don't really care. And there's one down here if you really want it, just in case. It's just up to you how you want to use these. I'm still testing it out. I'm fine-tuning which ones I want, which ones matter. But because there's not much information, I'll use these two, which is nice. Because look at here, we rejected when we try to come again, right here. So you could have got a put scalp, and then you could have figured out what you want to do to get out. But once we broke over again, now look at here, bullish trend. We're trying to pop over this last momentum line, and once we do, boom, we just run. Look at that run. Boom, that's a nice run. And you have a second confirmation too to get in, because you also got another EMA crossover above this old EMA entry momentum point. And so then right here, you could plot another one right here where the EMAs crossed over for the 9 and the 50. And this would have been a bearish one. And if you didn't really have a PT where you want to go, you could ride this all the way down to here. And if it breaks here, you're going to pick up more steam. And sure enough, that's what it did. And then price went lower, but it quickly came back bounced over here, made a golden cross right around here. So there's a golden one. So you could exited your puts, however, and then you can got in on your call, and then once it made this golden cross, you could have full ported, and then once we broke over this other EMA horizontal momentum line, boom! Look at this full bull run, boom, 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 boom. You would have had way better entries than anybody else who was using support and resistance, because you were using the EMA pivot points where the price action had a certain sentiment, and literally, if you have strength, these lines become like momentum pumps, like just boom, 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 boom. So I'm going to turn off the EMAs and we'll look at price action right here. So let me turn these off. Let me turn the candles back on. Making sure I'm recording still. Okay, boom. All right, so check this out. So this was very choppy, right? Like one of my buddies, Raul, he likes trading boxes because they're very easy to play, because you come down, pop your head, bounce, come down, pop your head, bounce. So there's easy ways to play, but the cool thing was this, is that the entries and exit points are very nice. Like as soon as we gapped down this next day here, you could have quickly got into puts because price wasn't agreeing to be up here no more, so there was momentum to push you down. And sure enough it did, but it quickly came back up, got sucked back into here, couldn't get over, pushed right back down, so momentum pushes it. So it's just really nice how this works out, because if you and your friends were trading and they wanted to get into Boeing, but you saw that Boeing wasn't going to hold this, then just wait for the reversal. Watch how price reacts to each one of these zones. I really like the golden zones because they give you some very strong push, but it could also keep price stuck in that range like it did here. So it's pretty cool. I mean, one thing I'm pairing this whole method with is with one of my indicators that I found by somebody else, and I just modified it so I can make price levels. Not price levels, but like levels that I like. I'm using this indicator. It's called ADX and DI. It's pretty much just for directional strength and moves. You can see this golden one shows the strength. Doesn't tell you if it's bull or bear, but it just shows you there's a lot of strength in the price action. And the green one here is the bullish price action. To me, anything above the 30 means there's very strong trend, or whichever line's increasing. So get ready, because that's the trend coming. And once you lose that 30 and something else pops over, which is down here, the 10. The 10, I call this everybody's asleep down here. And over here above the 30 means everybody's here to party and they want to be in this zone. Especially when you break this golden zone, that means like just full port, just close your eyes and kind of play. And so that's how I'm using this stuff. Like you can see this is wide range, this is down here in this range, everybody's asleep. But once the bears come in, that means watch out for price action because it can reverse very quickly. And so that's what happens here on these pivot points. So let's go ahead and look at this pivot point right here. Let's look right here, right? Let's check the sentiment. As soon as we came down to this pivot point, the bears were in control, but look at here, the bulls weren't asleep in the 10 zone, and they started using this pivot point as momentum, and they began to pick up strength, because there was strength in these moves here. They picked up strength, they didn't go to sleep, they stayed, they tried coming back to the 30, trying to come, but there's really no strength in this upward move, showing this yellow line here, that there's really no strength in us being up here, so we can quickly snap back if we break over these other momentum lines down here. That's what happens. Try again, and then bears are now picking up strength, indicators picking up onto the yellow, and the bears are winning. But look at the bulls; they haven't gone to sleep, so they're holding this momentum line down here. And then look what happens. Literally a gap up on earnings. It crushed it after here. I mean, you would be swinging calls if you knew this. So anyways, that's pretty much how I'm using this. I'm just going through charts that I like, and I'm updating all these lines. The main thing that I start with is on the hourly. So if we go to Boeing, I'm going to go ahead and delete everything. I really don't care right now. We're going to go to the hourly. Let's go ahead and turn off all the candles again. I go here, turn off the candles, and I'm going to turn on the EMAs. And now I'm just going to go and start picking this thing out first. No golden crosses down here. Price isn't really down there yet, so we could look if we wanted to. So we'll go here. I like to start at the top and then work my way down wherever price is at. So I'll go here. Boom. This is on the hourly, so I've been changing it to a thicker line so I remember it. and I color code it for this EMA crossover. Here's another, look at here. Price tried to come back up, but they're losing strength in the bulls. And look at here, snaps right back underneath here. This is a nice early entry to pick up puts on this side. So that was nice. There's really no golden cross because he didn't cross over this one. And you only get a golden cross once it's here. So where's my drawing tool? I'm going to go full screen again, just so we can see everything. Let's go ahead and put this down. This indicator, I'll make another video explaining it, but this is how I'm pairing the two together. I'll make another video explaining it, but I'll also post this indicator in the video description so you could pick it up and customize these areas, whatever works for you, and you find out because I'm still back testing all this stuff. So anyways, break here to EMA crossover. Now I'm gonna look for this golden one. I don't try to use the first one. I try to find the mean between this line and this line and this line. So I'll usually try to find a mean like right here, meaning the average between. And then I'll color code it gold. And then look at here. Here's this crossover zone. So this is here. Do this one as pink. Okay, that's the color I like. And pretty much we can just see what price action did. Like look at this downfall here, right? We try breaking over, couldn't. We come back again, still couldn't. And then we have this golden cross as speed. So you could have tested your puts right here. And then once you got this golden cross, you could have just full ported. And once you broke this other golden cross, you could have just full ported all over again. Because you know you have the momentum on your side to continue to short the hell out of Boeing on this run here. Obviously this was at its high, so that's even nicer. But I'm just letting you know, like, you can watch the reversals play by using these EMA crossovers as like momentum zone where price, either the sentiment's going to run or it's just going to reject and die hard. That's how I made $480 turn into over $3,000 on Moderna. So this is what I'm using. Let me erase some of this stuff here. Okay, so then this is all I'm doing. I'm just doing my homework ahead of time. I'm sure we can make more lines on other crossovers, but I'm just testing out this one first to see how it works, and so far it's been working out nicely. So this is what I'll do for Boeing. I'll just go in on the hourly, looking over here, seeing what other crosses I get. I see one right here, confluence, two of them. Might as well do the mean, put a pink line there, and then we're probably going to have a golden crossover right here. Right here and right here. So let's say this is the average. Boom. Golden cross again. Look at golden cross. You break here. You got even more confluence because you broke this EMA crossover right here on the blue and the blue. Find somewhere on the mean because there's two of them right there. They're pretty much overlap. It's like right here, a little bit higher. This would be like the average. Broke over this one. Broke over this one. Boom. Just full port. Broke over this one. Full port, broke over this one, full port, broke over this one. Why not full port it? We're almost at the high. And then look at it again. The same EMA crossover spot killed us here, killed us here, killed us right there. Then you could exit it and just full port it again, however you want to do this. So this is honestly all I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and do this last golden crossover right here. And we'll just watch how price action reacted on Boeing. And maybe we can see where Boeing's going now. Let me zoom in so I can see this a little bit better. It's here. They're pretty much right there. That's nice. All right, so let's go ahead and turn off the EMAs. I'm going to save this because I'm doing this for myself, so might as well. Okay, control, save. All right, and now let's turn on the candles. Right? Got the candles on. As you can see, like I said, you couldn't get over this golden cross, so we bled through, picked up more momentum, broke through this golden cross, rejected hard, picked up even more momentum, and then we reverse, snap back, try to come back in. The moment that this is just pushing us, this golden cross. To me, the golden cross lines have more weight than the 5. So I like them gold because that means money is right here. Go ahead and grab it and let's play it. And so sure enough, you see all the momentum, how we couldn't get over here. Boom, snaps. Look at here. One thing I'm noticing on gap ups or gap downs, if you gap like above one, you could pop. Or if you gap like right here. You see how we gapped down? Price quickly tried to come back up, but sold off hard, right? Same thing, gapped up, still couldn't get over because the momentum and sentiment is not there. And so literally sold right back off again. So that's one thing I'm testing on was gapped up and gaps down. Like right here again, it gapped down. It tried to do this, but it still couldn't. So it's a fake out. You would have lost a lot of money trying to fill this gap. And this is pretty much how it's all playing out. Look, I mean, we can go lower and do all the other stuff here. Dang, that thing died hard. So, yeah, I mean, once we broke this past golden zone, picked up momentum, and here we are now trying to test this momentum line. So if Boeing can't get over 240.83, we're going to come back down and test these momentum lines here. But so far, it's 1, 2, 3. We got to see if the 4th time's a charm. And that's pretty much how I'm playing these. I mean, you can check the EMAs to see what the sentiment's like. It's still looking good. I mean, hasn't even broke the 21, so this is how I'm playing these. If we look on like the 3 minute, on the 5 minute, this is normally how I trade, mainly on the 3. You can see how these line up very, very nicely, right? So here's August 12th, right? We couldn't get over here, and then when we pushed down quickly, you could have got puts all the way down. Try to find some inner confluence of EMA crossovers. Sorry, my daughter's crying. You could find more confluence to see how low price could go. It's just up to you how you want to do it. If I can't find confluence in between, I'll go on the 3 or 1 minute, and I'll make another line that's even more smaller and just work my way through. But that's how I'm working these out. I'm pairing it with these EMA momentum lines, and I'm using these indicators to tell me what's happening at the pivot point. So if you look at here, at this pivot point, I'll guarantee you the bears came in very quickly. So let's make this bigger. As soon as we hit here, the bears did not want to go to sleep, and they just came right in and just rode this sentiment. See? Boom. So I'm going to end the video here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. This is how I made money on Tesla today. Literally, I wanted Tesla puts if we broke, but quickly, when I looked at the sentiment, I saw the bulls wanted to come and wake up, and sure enough, it broke over one of my smaller crosses, and then it broke over my 1 hour cross, and from here to here, I was literally up over $2,000 on this play buying weeklies. So anyways, guys, that's how I'm doing this. Practice, ask questions, and let's make some money. See you guys next time.